guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to do an octopus pendant. A few of you noticed this in another video, and this is what I'm going to be showing you how to make today. I did break this one because I dropped it. So these are a fragile piece. I don't recommend these being used for anything else other than jewelry. I don't recommend these to be like roughed around with. I think they should be, taken care of because they are fragile. So what you're going to need, tool-wise, some sort of blade, an X-Acto knife, or one of the poly blades, some sort of blending tool with a ball tip on the end, and this is a blending tool. It's like a rubber-based tool. Mine's torn, but it still gets the job done. You're going to need a pick of your choice of polymer clay colors, and you're going to need a large ball. If you're going to paint yours, then you don't need to bother with having colored. You just paint it. So you're going to need one large ball. That's going to be your head base. Then you're going to need 8 small balls. And you're going to need 2 small balls of black for your eyes. So to show you how to get the even balls of clay, you're going to need a snake, a good thickness. Then you're going to start and you're going to count. And then cut and roll all of these into the balls that you're going to need. Okay. So you can either choose to roll out your tentacles first or form your head first. The tentacles take longer, so I'm going to show you how to roll out the tentacles. This is just the way that I do it. You don't have to do it my way. I roll it out into like a cone-ish shape, and then I gently roll it outwards from the cone, the tip of the cone, because I don't want to mess up that point. And you can make your tentacles as long or as thick as you'd like. And then normally what I do is I take over here and I make a tab. I make the tab relatively thin so it's easily blended. And you're going to do that for all 7 of the balls you have left. Next, you're going to want to start forming your head. I take the ball and I begin to kind of flatten it like you were making like a bun. And then I begin to pull the clay forward with my fingers, and then begin to slant it down in the front. To make the head. Now, one thing I did notice that you're never going to get the heads perfect, the exact same every time, unless you get a head shape that you like and then you make a mold of that head shape. But I would make that head shape out of scrap clay, considering you would have to bake it in order to use it to make a mold. So to save some time, I'm just going to show you how I line up the tentacles. I do the top 2 underneath of the head, like this, and then underneath you're going to take, I use this. You do not have to use this if you have good blending skills. It is the clay softener. It's kind of like using water for like water-based, and you can usually, the way that I curl these in a way where hit them up too far. I curl these like up to the head so that you can put your jump rings here. So you're just going to flip this over and blend these two tabs into the head. I have this octopus to finish showing you how I add the legs. I already have 6 legs on, and I've already blended these 4. So you're going to take the thinner, this is why I say your tabs should be thin. And you're going to lay it on like that. You're going to get this, you know, like a bump here. So the only two that should go underneath of the head itself is the top 2. All other 6 should be on top, blended to the top of the head. Oh, no, something on it, sorry. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how I blend these. I take my clay softener and I add just a drop. You don't need much more than that. And normally you can let it sit there for a second. And then I kind of like just rub it around to get it around the clay area that I'm going to be blending. And then I begin taking my rubber tool and blending it together. Like that. Normally I would be using gloves, but I figured I wouldn't for this tutorial. Now, I don't know if you can notice, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit for you. Right here, where it kind of doesn't look rounded, you just take your tool and round them up. Okay. Now another thing you could do, this is also optional, you do not have to do this, is why I did not include this in what you would need. You can take a small piece of clay of the color that you're using and roll it out into a thin snake and then kind of squish it so that you get like a band, and lay it where the where the legs meet the head, and add just another touch of your clay softener. You don't have to use clay softener, guys. You really don't. You can use just a rubber tool, and it may take a little bit longer. I prefer to use this stuff though. And then blend out the piece. Clay softener will make your clay very soft wherever you're using it, but the clay will be perfectly fine after baked. It's pretty much oil, and it can be found at Michael's and AC Moore. I got mine at Michael's. Doing this just gives the legs a little bit more support. You can see this, like, I guess the liquid, that is the clay softener. I also use the ball tool because it helps smooth out the surface. Now if you want it to be a regular octopus, you can skip this step. If you want it to be one holding something, then at this time is when you would make your creations for it to hold. Mine is going to be holding things, and I have this cake, this cupcake, and this donut that mine's going to be holding. So as you can see, I have mine holding things. You don't have to have yours holding something. If you don't want it to, you don't have to. Another little trick that I like to use while I am, I guess you could say, you know, rolling up his tentacles. I take a pen or something and I like, wherever my pen went, here it is, and I take him and I like prop up his legs on it like this. See that? I hope you can. I'm trying a new angle for filming. Okay. After you prop them up, you can do a little bit more blending, because when you prop it up, it also gives you a better angle. Okay. So I'm going to take this tentacle here, and I already pre-baked these. Actually, no, I think I'm going to use 2 donuts instead of the cake. I'm going to take this donut, and there, he's holding 1 donut. Over here, I'm going to do the other donut. But I'm gonna kind of wrap that one totally up, like that. This center one here is going to be my little cupcake holder. And this one, I'm going to have holding it like down further. Like that. And then these ones you can just curl up in whichever direction you think looks good. I usually just do something random with them. Won't cooperate. Okay. So there is your octopus with his tentacles done. And then I'm going to zoom in and show you how I do the eyes. I take my ball tool and I put a light indent into the face, like that. And then I take one of the balls of clay, the black, and I make sure it's as round as I can get it, and then I set it in there and squish it. You can also use beads if you want to, but I prefer to use clay. I'm sorry if this tutorial is long, but it is a longer processed item, so ooh, that one's too big. Okay. You can also add like the dot for the shine in the eye, but I find after they're baked and you glaze them, it has shine in the eyes anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make this cute little octopus. And if you guys make this, I would greatly appreciate seeing a video response down below. of what you guys came up with. The colors you used, the styles, if you had it holding sweets or if you decided to have it holding something else. I hope you guys have been enjoying the tutorials, and there is more to come, and please feel free to send requests. Bye guys!